He wanted to tell the stories of his people in ways that reflected suffering and their love of music, laughter, and language itself. We should all know who Alice Walker is. Alice Walker has an extensive list of awards and honors, novels, poetry collections, and short stories, but her most notable work and awards are for her critically acclaimed novel, The Color Purple, for which she won the National Book Award and the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction. The book became the bestseller and was subsequently adapted into critically acclaimed movie directed by Steven Spielberg featuring Oprah Winfrey and Whoopi Goldberg, as well as a 2005 Broadway musical totaling 910 performances, and it's still going. There's a play going on in New York. So The Color Purple just continues to go on, and she will always be known for The Color Purple. Walker is also a known political activist. She's a staunch defender of both human rights and the rights of all living beings. She's a prolific writer and travels the world to stand on the side of the poor and the economically, spiritually, and politically oppressed. She also stands, however, on the side of revolutionaries, teachers, and leaders whom she believes seek change and transformation of the world. Next is Nikki Giovanni. Nikki Giovanni is an American writer, commentator, activist, and educator, one of the world's most well-known African-American poets, and her work included poetry anthologies, poetry recordings, and nonfiction essays, and covers topics ranging from race and social issues to children's literature. She's won numerous awards, including Langston Hughes Medal, the NAACP Image Award, and has been nominated for a Grammy Award for her Nikki Giovanni poetry collection. Additionally, she has recently been named as one of Oprah Winfrey's 25 Living Legends. Giovanni is a member of the Order of the Eastern Star and is an honorary member of the Delta Sigma Theta sorority. Giovanni has taught at Queens College, Rutgers, and Ohio State, and is currently a University Distinguished Professor at Virginia Tech. Following Virginia Tech shooting in 2007, she delivered a chant poem at a memorial for the shooting victims. She's also been honored for her life and career by the history makers, along with being the first person to receive the Rosa Parks Women of Courage Award. In 2015, Giovanni was named one of the Library of Virginia's Virginia Women in History for her contribution to poetry, education, and society. And my last is Maya Angelou, April 4th to 1928. April 4th, 1928 to May 28, 2014. Maya Angelou, born Marguerite Annie Johnson, was an American author, poet, and civil rights activist. She published 7 autobiographies, 3 books of essays, several books of poetry, and was credited with a list of plays, movies, and television shows spanning over 50 years. She received dozens of awards and more than 50 honorary degrees. Her honors included a Pulitzer Prize nomination for her book of poetry, Just Give Me a Cool Drink of Water Before I Die, a Tony Award for her nomination for her role in the 1973 play Look Away, and 3 Grammys for her spoken word albums. She served on 2 presidential committees and was awarded the Spingarn Medal in 1994, the National Medal of Arts in 2000, and the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2011. Angelou is best known for her series of 7 autobiographies which focus on her childhood and early experiences. The first, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, tells of her life up to the age of 17 and brought her international recognition. With the publication of I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, Angelou publicly discussed aspects of her personal life. She was a respected spokesperson for Black people and women, and her works have been considered a defense of Black culture. Attempts have been made to ban her books from some U.S. libraries, but her works are widely used in schools and universities. Angelou's major works have been labeled as autobiographical fiction, but many critics have characterized them as autobiographies. She made a deliberate attempt to challenge the common structure of racism, She has made a deliberate attempt to change the common structure of the autobiography by critiquing, changing, and expanding the genre. Her books center on themes such as racism, identity, family, and travel. Angelou passed away the morning of May 28, 2014. Tributes to Angelo, and condolences were paid by artists, entertainers, and world leaders, including President Bill Clinton and President Barack Obama, whose sister was named after Angelo. Harold Augenbraum from the National Book Foundation said that Angelo's legacy is one that all writers and readers across the world can admire and aspire to. The week after Angelo's death, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings rose to #1 on Amazon.com's bestseller list. And like I said, these are just a few people in history that we should know of or know about, and I just wanted to share that with you today. And I will leave you with an interpretive dance performed by Miss Brianna Young to Maya Angelou's poem, And Still I Rise. Thank you.
Either another with fear or pain or loss or disappointment. And yet each of us has awakened, arisen, somehow made our ablution, seen other human beings, and said, "Morning, how are you?" There is the nobleness of the human spirit. Despite it all, black and white, Asian, Spanish, Native American, pretty, plain, thin, fat, vowed or celibate, we rise. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust, I rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Just because I walk as if I have oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like suns and like moons, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my sassiness upset you? Don't take it so hard just because I laugh. As if I have gold mines digging in my own backyard. You can shoot me with your words, you can cut me with your lies, you can kill me with your hatefulness, but just like life, I'll rise. Does my sexiness offend you? Oh. Does it come as a surprise that I dance? As if I have diamonds at the meeting of my thighs. Out of the huts of history's shame I rise. Up from a past rooted in pain I rise. A black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak miraculously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the hope and the dream of the slave. And so, naturally,